Alright.
Just kidding.
Take 3.
Still recording.
Okay. So right now, okay, you guys are pretty much in the middle of your Chaos is a Ladder tour. So how has that been going so far?
Very well.
Very well.
Yeah,
The show's been great.
And all the bands are really rad guys. All the crowds have been really responsive, so I'd be happy with it.
Are there any plans to hit the additional cities that aren't part of this tour?
Probably in the spring once the new record comes out. That's probably when we'll do that. Every year we do like a short tour at the end of the year, just for pretty much for the East Coast. We did go to Texas on this time, but usually it's
I just show up and scram. I let businessman handle that stuff.
And do you guys have any merchandise that's exclusive to just this tour?
Several of the designs, yeah.
There's some new design. I'm notoriously the only one that went to design school for anything, and every merch design I come up with does not sell at all. So I think I got like 2 on this tour.
Yeah, you did.
The cookout shirt and Sons of Anarchy.
They're both doing very well. See? Oh, it took 10 years to turn it around.
Right. A decade, that's all.
By the way, the Decade EP is available online.
Well, actually, that leads right into the next question.
Nice.
Your latest release is the Decade EP, which saw you guys create autobiographical music rather than music based on literature. So was it a challenge to write things about yourselves as compared to
Extremely.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's way different dissecting someone else's story than putting the proverbial mirror up to yourselves and trying to, in an EP format, explain all the different dynamics of, from like a human perspective of what it's like going from starting the idea of a band to being a band that's established.
I remember when we sat down to begin writing the lyrics for it, we both opened our books and just stared at each other.
That's right.
Like, how do we do this?
Just go ahead and grab a pint of beer.
Yeah, beer will fix it.
That's right.
And did you guys write additional tracks for the EP since you've been together a really long time? I'm sure there must have been like a lot of different things you wanted to talk about.
Really, from a musical standpoint, there was just several songs we had laying around that we wanted to put out that didn't apply to any of the thematical stuff we've done. So there was those few songs laying around, and we decided, hey, let's write the lyrics about ourselves, and that's kind of what it became. So.
Did you guys have a specific track number in mind when you started writing?
We just wanted it to be an EP. So.
Not a lot of people do EPs anymore. There's definitely a revival of that kind of old school stuff. We've been talking about it a lot on this tour. Just about when we went to shows and like how much different the music industry was, and that's some of the stuff I love. EPs. We have the flags on this tour. I just love having flags up in my room for my favorite bands and stuff. We brought those back. A lot of cool stuff like that.
And on the EP, we ended up doing a secret track on there, and that was not planned at all. But Dennis lost a friend who was very close to him. I lost my grandfather. Jake lost his father. So we that sort of just happened at the right time as far as from an artistic standpoint. We just put that song on there to have a memorial to the people that we lost. So.
I feel like you've seen my notes because the next question is about the hidden track. I wanted to know, is there a name for the hidden track, or are you guys just referring to it as the hidden
It's
track?
called Dancing Alone. That's the name of the track, yeah.
And let's see, so you kind of touched on this a little bit with your revival Wink Wink. But do you guys feel a certain responsibility to introduce your fans to new artists?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like any arc of a career should always be about passing the baton and trying to find art that you believe in the same way artists believed in you when you were at the beginning. And that's kind of where we are right now with the bands that we bring out and tour and such. It's like, we can't tour 300 days out of the year anymore. We have a lot of other things we're trying to do. So let's go find other bands that are ready to do that and kind of mentor them and help them enjoy the same success and experiences that we have.
And it's not necessarily, no offense to our tour mates, about popularity as much as respecting them as artists on a certain level. And you can sometimes grab bands that I would absolutely hate. I'm sure we'd sell out every venue, but it's kind of, you're always on the razor's edge about that. Seesaw. And this time I'm just glad that I really think every band are amazing artists. It's been fun.
And great people too.
Yeah, awesome people.
Which is
nice.
Very important to us.
When musicians know when they get off stage and they're back to just being a normal person at the end of the day.
You guys are going to be releasing a new single in December. So is there a plan for an accompanying video with that, or are you just track that's it?
Probably do a lyric video with it, but I don't think we'll do the full-on video until we go to do the full length. There's a possibility we might. I talked to Justin about it. We'll see. You never know. We don't like to give too much away.
And speaking of your full length, obviously we have to ask about that. Where are you guys at in the process of it?
thematically we're there. We know exactly how we want to tell the story. We just haven't told it yet.
Musically,
Yeah, musically we're well on the way. The way we write though is kind of interesting. We basically get like skeletons, and then when it comes time to make the record is when the rest sort of falls into place. So once we're at a certain point where we're comfortable, then we should start making the record and fill in the gaps from there.
yeah, it's trying to put all the pieces in the right slots.
Right.
And because we do lyrics after music, I feel like the song pretty much tells you what it's supposed to be about. And just getting them organized into a good, complete story arc for the entire album.
That's kind of the most interesting thing about us, I think, as writers, is we do it backwards.
Yeah.
A lot of bands write lyrics either before or during. We always wait till the songs are done and then write the lyrics.
A lot of vocalists think their lyrics are a lot better than they really are. So.
Including us.
I know, that's right.
And your third album in the trilogy is going to be based off of the Time Quintet. So do you guys encourage your fans to read the books?
That is the
prior?
whole point of what we do.
Point.
In the beginning, when we started doing the Greek mythology and the fairy tales, the whole idea was, let's be a band that instead of influencing your fans to beat people up in a mosh pit or do drugs or all that kind of stuff, let's encourage them to read a book and learn
the old
some
literacy
things.
campaigns and stuff like that. So and that's actually worked. I mean, a ton of people that are like, hey, I read the Divine Comedy because, you know, the Dante's Inferno reference, and like, that is amazing.
There's people who've come up to us and be like, I never read a book until I started listening to your band, and now they have Edgar Allan Poe tattooed on them because of a record we wrote. And that, to have that kind of positive influence is the whole reason we do what we do.
Okay, this is a toughie, guys. If an author would translate what you do musically into a story, what genre would it fall under, and who do you hope would have written it?
Are you talking film or book, or what are you talking about here?
Author.
I would absolutely want Tarantino to do a movie based on anything we've written. That would be my choice.
If it was written, I would wish it was H.P. Lovecraft. And just at some point, I would turn into a giant squid-faced dragon god out of the ocean. I know it's I know it's a far-fetched dream, but
I'm really into a song of Ice and Fire right now, so I wouldn't mind George R.R. Martin handling our stuff.
You used to get into the South Parks about that.
All the artists.
Oh, no. Oh my god, it's on the I'll talk to you about it. It's pretty funny.
Alright, and the last question we have for you guys, words of wisdom. What are your words of wisdom?
PMA, baby. Positive mental attitude.
Yeah.
That's all I ever got.
PMA is a good one.
I can't top that.
I'll go with that. PMA. I got mine back here.
Mine right here.
There we go.